What if the thing missing from your life isn't missing at all? Let that question settle. In a world wired to scream at us, to become more, do more, optimize, compete, transform, what if the very thing we're all desperately reaching for isn't out there to be hunted or built, but rather something we've already brushed against in silence? This is not a motivational speech. This is not therapy. This is a confrontation with the brutal, beautiful truth of what it means to be alive today, here in this modern, fractured, data-driven reality. We are going to talk about meaning, and not the Instagram version. Never before in history has the individual had so many choices, so many tools, so many apparent freedoms, and yet felt so utterly, crushingly lost. We were promised that technology would liberate us, that algorithms would make us smarter, that unlimited access would fulfill our deepest needs. But instead, something strange has happened. We wake up, grab a glowing rectangle, and immediately subject ourselves to a flood of curated lives, digital achievements, and doom-scrolling despair. We sprint from one task to another, half present, half performing, rarely arriving. Every second is monetized, every pause suspect, rest is guilt, slowness is failure, silence is unbearable. And meaning, real, soul-deep, pulse-slowing meaning, has become an endangered species. People ask, what am I supposed to do with my life? But underneath that question is a more painful one. Why doesn't anything feel real anymore? We are taught, often without words, that the purpose of life is to build the best version of ourselves. Success, impact, productivity, personal branding, even healing and self-love are being weaponized by the machine of perfection. This is the myth of the curated self, a self constantly upgraded, tracked, gamified. The modern world whispers, you are not enough, but maybe you will be if you try just a little harder. But here is the trap. In this worldview, meaning is always somewhere in the future. It's a goalpost that moves every time you get close. You are always almost there, never home. We have replaced the soul with a startup. And in doing so, we've forgotten that we are not here to become consumable products. We are here to encounter life in its raw, unedited truth. Now I want to offer something dangerous, not a life hack, not a productivity tip, but a principle, a way of being that might just rewrite everything you've been taught. I call it existential presence. It is the idea that meaning is not something you chase, earn, or find, but something that emerges when you are utterly and courageously present in your own life. When you stop performing, stop optimizing, stop escaping, and just stand still, inside the moment, however messy or magnificent it may be. Existential presence is not comfortable. It does not promise happiness, but it offers something far deeper, a life that feels real. It is the moment you look at someone you love and say nothing, but everything is said. It is the moment you sit in pain and don't flinch or scroll or drink it away. It is the quiet knowing that being alive is already enough. Let's destroy a lie together. Meaning is not a treasure you dig up. It is not a formula. It is not an answer. Meaning is a relationship, a tension. A living thread that runs between you and the world, and either you feel it or you don't. You cannot own meaning. You cannot download it. You can only experience it in presence, in love, in pain, in service, in awe. Think of the last time something stopped you in your tracks, a piece of music, a stranger's kindness, the face of a dying loved one. For a moment, the noise fell away. You were completely here. That's meaning, not as an idea, but as a presence that humbles you. Our culture tells us to flee suffering, to medicate, mitigate, or meme it away. But suffering is not the enemy of meaning. It is often its birthplace. What deadens our soul is not pain, it's distraction. Every time we turn to noise to avoid feeling, we numb not only the bad, but also the good. We become spectators of our own lives, scrolling, avoiding, pretending, and then we wonder why everything feels fake. But if you can stay, if you can bear the weight of being fully, without filters, you'll find something wild. The world begins to speak, and not in words, in sensation, in silence, in surrender. We keep waiting for meaning to strike like lightning in grand missions, big moments, spiritual awakenings. But what if we've been looking in the wrong direction? What if the sacred hides in the ordinary, in washing the dishes with full attention, in holding the gaze of a child who trusts you, in waking up and realizing, I am still here? This is not sentimentality. It is a fierce, unflinching return to what is without agenda, without performance. It is the antidote to the modern sickness of never arriving. Here is the paradox of meaning. The more you try to possess it, the more it slips away. The more you open to the present with all its uncertainty, the more it quietly appears. Meaning is not out there, it never was, it's here, in this breath, in this body, in this burning, broken, beautiful moment. And it has been waiting for you to stop running long enough to feel it. I will not give you a 5-step plan. I offer something far more dangerous, a question. What would happen if you stopped trying to be someone and started truly being here? Not tomorrow, not when things are better, now. The principle of existential presence is not easy. It will cost you every illusion of control, but it may just give you something infinitely greater, a life you don't have to escape from. A life that means something not because of what it achieves, but because you were awake enough to live it.